So hit Twitter, hashtag TSM or hashtag Team 8 win. We'll update the fan poll in just a bit as all position in the fights. Here though, they could start to get him going very early, going for CaliTrolls in the bot lane. Who's going to be the first to take aggro? Santorin can flag and drag out. If it is him, it's going to be on to Lustboy. He flashes out nicely, but the whole team of Team 8 reads this, and CaliTrolls gets first blood. CaliTrolls stays alive. Dyrus goes down, and they can't get Wild Turtle anything in the bottom lane.
Turret dive prompts a lot of passive play on the other side. It feels like TSM is just waiting to farm this one out a little bit, but that is very dangerous against Shen Nocturne because they can combo those ults at any moment and go for a kill. Oh boy.
Combo, what did you say? Combo what? I'll take a supersized number 2 combo, thank you.
Didn't even need Shen, so that's Sivir and peel off of it with Nocturne and Shen. It's going to be very close. They just go right away. Right to Bjergsen. That's the backline we were talking about. He spell shields the Emperor's Divide, actually. They get through. Santorin tries to block everybody. He's helping on the backline, but it's going to be Bjergsen that goes down. Turtle's hitting CaliTrolls, but he's got that Sunfire cape already, doing hardly any damage, chipping away at the brick wall. Teammates forced to watch Cali go down as Turtle gets a double kill. Unfortunate there. A very chaotic fight. Very heavy dive, but once CaliTrolls made it through to finish that, there was no damage follow-up behind because Dyrus was actually zoning off a lot of people there. Teammate continues to stay on this dragon. That's a little dicey. Porpoise low on mana. Still got Golden Glue coming in. Chaos Storm, his ultimate is down, but the laser is still able to poke them off here. I don't think anybody's coming over. Wild Turtle going to throw the arrow in just a little too late. Porpoise picks up Dragon. Now playing off this blue buff. I don't think Lustboy is going to be doing too much. He does not take the death leap, but Dodo does right onto him. Lustboy goes down and the team's forced to run. Wow, they burned so much, but they're starting a little bit before their ultimates are even up. Gotta make sure they aren't standing near each other. Dive in, that's gonna be Porpoise getting it. Nothing's gonna come from Santorin on that one. Base Lustboy looking for the hook. They could start this fight off. And right over to Dodo. They let Porpoise pass by in the bait, and they're able to completely take down the support. Hard to steal Baron because Porpoise has no flash and no ultimate. I think we're seeing a fight here. Coming in on the stand, United. They're not going to try to go for Baron at all. Fate's Call has already gone out. Porpoise is just walking around like a statue. He didn't even have any mana to go into that fight. Team 8 was going in completely for the 50-50 steal, and TSM baited him right into it. Yeah, and the Azir puts a tremendous amount of Baron pressure down, plus Kalista. They kill it fast and secure it, so Team 8 has to fight them before the Baron's down. Boomerang doesn't go towards Baron. It's trying to take down Bjergsen. They're looking for Baron to fight with them here. Dodo flashes in though. He's the one taking it. He needs to back up. Baron just killed Dodo along with Wild Turtle. A huge mistake in the fight. And Wild's going to try to finish this one off. The Ren might keep Golden Glue in range. The Summoner heals there. A few more shots. Martial Cadence doesn't put Turtle in range, and neither does the arrow. But Team 8. And then he couldn't quite get the kills. Whoa! We're back in it, baby. It's a fight already. Take that fight, and it looks like Team 8 got caught just entering their own jungle. Team Solo Mid still trying to deny resources, and this fight's going coast to coast, out of the jungle and into the base almost. The gravity field keeps them at bay, but Team Solo Mid, they only needed a bit of room that showed them they had the lead, and then they just suffocated Team 8 from there on out. Yeah, they were stalling a lot of the early game after that tremendous error on the early turret dive. So just what not to do and what to do here. Team Solo Mid doing the right stuff. Turtle 4-0-2 on that first 2 Randuins to keep everybody in range. There's one. Wild Turtle's the caboose of this train, and it looks like he may get hit. He actually gets popped back. Does not take the Lantern because the fear hits him up halfway through. They're going to keep going on for this fight. TSM is kind of stuck in a choke point right now. A nice Emperor's Divide will cut off that pathway, and Team 8 actually has the head decision. Definitely puts a timer 6 minutes onto Team Solo Mid, so Aspect of the Dragon cannot be a thing. I like what Team 8's doing here. They really give themselves an option on the table. And Team Solo Mid, they might work now knowing that Dragon went down. Yeah, this will stack up more and more Rens, which makes the Baron easier and easier secure. And Bjergsen's actually zoning right now. Look how low Porpoise is. That basically secures the Baron unless it's a Miracle Steal. They have to know. Scrying Orb is down as well, so they can't Scrying Orb to get the Nocturne in. Nope. Baron for TSM. They give it up. That's the 2-man Baron. Wild Turtle with the Blade of the Rune King and a Bloodthirster able to sustain and defending turret down. There is no Sivir ult for an initiation. They would have to just kind of brute force one in, but even then they're going to lose more. Bjergsen even exposes himself, and teammate not willing to pull the trigger. They're getting a slow bleed out of this game.
That's that hesitation. We hear so many teams talking about that evil that starts to set in when you may still be communicating, but nobody wants to make the call to do something. Looks like teammate is now on the back foot. One last engage. They go straight for Wild Turtle. He's going to cleanse immediately, so the fear's going to lock on, but nobody else is with him. Zarema, the Emperor's Divide rather, going to stop the gate, and they are in the base. Not looking perfect for Team Solo Mid, but looking just good enough to finalize the kills. Bjergsen takes about 50% of his HP from one laser in the explosion. He goes down. Nien finds the kill, but Nien's too close and finds himself in the ground as well. Cali Trolls may be able to hit the fountain, but TSM can be on the Nexus. That's the double kill for Wild Turtle. 7-1-2 coming off a wavering position that may solidify his spot there. Looking a lot better. 14-10 as we get 40 minutes into the game. TSM always knew they were going to win, and they do come up with the win over Team 8.
Very important for Wild Turtle that he got 7 kills in this matchup, but it was still a sloppy game from the start for Team Solo Mid. But to their credit, they fought back after giving up early double kill, being down 3 Dragons to 0 and 4 Dragons to 1 at various points in the game. But still, they win with a 10,000 gold advantage at 40 minutes.
It's kind of that TSM mentality. We're behind, we can still win. It's not a problem. It doesn't even feel like we're behind. And we kind of saw that as soon as they started taking blues, rotating around teammate, and teammate didn't want to approach it. What happened at that point for teammate? Not that you have to answer it, but they had all the engages before, they just got scared.
Honestly, a lot of it had to do with hesitation. I think we're also somewhat underplaying the fact that Golden Glue is a substitute on this team. They're used to playing with Slushy, so a lot of the differences in this team.
That's a very good point.
Plus, this has just been a less decisive teammate this split than last split. Cali Trolls appears to be in the midst of a very large slump. Nien hasn't really provided the shot-calling solidness for teammate throughout, so even with an advantage, teammate just never really knew when to go for it. And ultimately, TSM played pretty clean after they had their deficit, not giving that many opportunities for Porpoise to go in with Nocturnal.
And during TSM's deficit, I talked about this a little bit in the game, they're always doing things that makes the deficit a little less, whether it looks like it or not. Then come the fights when they do lose and fall behind a little bit more, the good things they were doing, like pushing their lanes, keeping their buffs on themselves, and maybe they went down for the fight, teammate wasn't able to push one turret after a fight. They got those in the laning phase and then never again.
There was a really huge moment in this game when Lustboy died in the jungle of Team 8, but Dyrus killed the turret in the bottom lane, and Bjergsen killed the turret in the mid lane.
Right.
It was that 2 turret for 1 death exchange that just kept the gold close and maintained the map pressure for TSM, which is ultimately what they were able to hold on to win.
At one point, you can almost hear their comms. It's like, that was a great trade. We're okay here, guys. Keep it up. You know, and that confidence allowed them to keep pushing forward. Confidence and hesitation have kind of been the plus and the minus for today. And we've definitely seen the hesitation just eats away at a team immediately, whether you have a lead or not.
And now, because of the CLG defeat and the TSM win, that means the game tomorrow is for first place, yet again.
Well, I like it. And ALCS, as we hit the backside of the split, we're going to have some more first place go-ats. Go-ats. It's not even...
Go-ats. They're going to go at it.
They're going to go at it. Rivisms. For the lowdown on that match, we're going to go...